And good evening. I think we're literally just about bang on 8 o'clock. I think we are. Yeah. Thanks ever so much for joining me and my special guest tonight. We're live streaming, which is what we always do after club. We have got a topic of conversation tonight. I can never remember which camera we're on. We have got a topic of conversation tonight. And we do absolutely want you all to join in. Definitely, definitely. This is the kind of live stream that literally needs people's comments, needs people to have their comments on. Okay, otherwise it's just going to be us 5 or 6 dead in the water, buried neck deep in self-absorption, whatever that is. So definitely drop your comments on. We've also got some club news that we're going to run through today. It's a bit of a double edger, is this one. It will affect some people who are in Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. It will affect 1 or 2 people who are there, okay? But the admin have had a chat, and we have made a decision that out of the 81 members that we currently have, you have to remember that when we get a good attendance, we're up to about 35, 36, and obviously that's 50 people who are part of the Facebook group who, unfortunately, for one reason or another, can't actually make club meets. But we're not going to go into that right now. We are going to go into that in a little bit. First of all, let me introduce the people. Look at my eyes darting all over chuffing screen. First of all, let me introduce the people who are going to help me out tonight. First of all, it's Mr. Mark Little. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, mate. You all right?
I'm very well. How are you? It looks like you're doing a bit of sanding there, mate.
No, I'm angle grinding, not sanding. It's old Airfix Halifax.
Cool beans. Okay, we'll catch up with that. Remind me, second on the stage, we've got a newcomer to the live stream. Mr. Craig Stinson. Good evening, Craig.
Good evening. Good evening.
Craig's not been with us for a while because he has turned part gypsy. And he's bought himself a caravan, which now, of course, means that his missus and fair play, mate. I'm only ribbing you. Fair play is like that on a Friday night. Hurry home from work because we're going out in van tomorrow. I love it. I love it. But thanks for joining us. Hope that you can join in with this topic of conversation. Number 3, we're going to add Mr. Mark Bridge. Good evening, Marky Mark.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Nice to see you in your string vest there, loving it, and doing a little bit of modelling as well.
I'm going for the Onslow look.
We love it. Next one is James. James is actually on holiday at the minute. Good evening, James, all the way down
in the caravan.
In the caravan.
Good evening, gentlemen. In the caravan.
Last but not least, we do need to just talk about this fella for about 10 seconds. He's disappeared again. A neat bottle of whiskey there for our Roo, who got married on the sly last week. Can you believe it? Married on the sly last week to Jean, First Lady Jean, who and they've both been at club today. So I have got a little bit of a banner going across the screen there, and it says comment with your must-have top 5 World War II modern-day must-build aircraft. So the topic of conversation that we are going to go for tonight is very, very simple. It's very simple. I do believe that we've got Mrs. Bridge, Mark. Mrs. Bridge taking over the string there. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you. If it's all bleeding through, then I'll come off. It gives you a clean audio.
Yeah, we can hear them. Okay.
All right, mate. I'll knock it on the head and give you my list via text.
Magic. Yeah, just bob it or a comment or on an SMS or on a messenger.
All right, mate.
Cheers, Bill. All right, then, Cocker. And Mr. Norfolk's back in the room. Good evening, Andy.
Evening, all. How we doing?
We're doing all right, my love. And we're just saying congratulations to you and Jean for your sneaky wedding last week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, been a bit of a busy fortnight, really. One thing and another.
Yeah, mate.
So, yeah, all out in open now, so she's happy. Bless her.
Bless her.
Happy life, happy life.
I can't get my screen on the landscape.
Turn your phone on its side.
Okay.
We'll try that.
How's about that then?
Yeah, now it looks like you're pointing that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did say I can't get it on landscape.
Put it other way, mate. Don't worry about it.
I ain't gonna.
And there he goes. Yes, he keeps pressing the wrong buttons. So I have to keep my eye out for him now because he will be dropping back up. Here we go. Add to stage. No, still not going. Right. So first point to call. Club today. Club meeting number 10. We have 2 a month. And with it being the second meeting in May, that is meeting number 10. Today's 18th of May. Dumbass forgot to take the bonus ball sheet down, so unfortunately, no bonus balls sold.
Dumbass.
I know, mate.
Just roll it over.
Yeah, it will probably be rolled over unless somebody has bought the winning number on the first sheet, and it'll be the smallest jackpot in the world ever, won't it?
Well, that's got my name written all over it.
Yeah, what for smallest jackpot?
Yeah, that's it. You want jackpot? How much? £1. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, so down at club today, meeting number 10, Mr. Andrews present. Martin, why have I got Martin Beddoe? That's George. That he's put the wrong chuff in Martin down. I'm going to cross that off. Marky Bridge. Nice to see Bob Darcy down at club today. Bob the modeler. Look at me chuffing microphone keeps falling off. Bob the modeler from Doncaster, who's been really, really poorly of late. Hang on a minute, I've got technical. Really, really poorly of late. But has come back to club. Just bear with me while I try and force that back in there. Maybe it's going to not do it. Maybe it is. Will that do? Will that do, crew? That'll do, crew. That won't do. I'm in. I think. Yes, I'm in. So Bob from Doncaster in. Lewis Dell, young Lewis, working his magic on some kits. Heath Denton, Ian Clements, Davey House, Andrew Mark, Jean Norfolk. Jean Norfolk. I'm gonna have to
Jean Norfolk, yeah. Doesn't that sound weird?
Mate,
hey.
I'm gonna have to change my spreadsheet now, aren't I? And call
Yeah.
Jean Norfolk. Oh, bloody hell. Andy Norfolk as well, the Rooster. Martin Radford, nice to see, who's on work sabbatical. Graham all the way over from Cleethorpes. Sean in from SGS Model Store. I'll tell you what, he's taking a pretty penny today, Andy.
Yeah, he has. I bought a few bits off him. One or two. I bought a kit off him. Not halfway through now. That Fairy Delta 2. So yeah. I'm just about started on that. But it's nice to see him, and he does a lot for the club. And he's done really well today. Really well, bless him.
He has, mate.
Yeah.
Sharon nipped in just to do whatever he needed to do. Couldn't see him. Chris Smith has been in. Chris, we do like Chris. Dale came over with Sean from SGS because he gets a lift. Craigie Stinson, first meeting in 18 years. Nice to have Craigie back.
It's a beautiful for Craig tonight, sleeping on the tiles.
I know, mate. Simon Weatherall. Simon was in today with Andy White, Mark Wilson, and like I've said, Bob the modeler. Total number in today, believe it or not. Did it feel quiet at club today, Craig?
Yeah, I think it did.
It feel quiet for you? Feel quiet, Andy?
It was quiet, but I think that with more atmosphere rather than lack of numbers, there's still plenty there. I couldn't tell you off cuff. I didn't count up.
23.
But 23. That's not a bad number. Not a bad. But like Craig said, it was quiet. But I think that was just atmosphere rather than the attendees, should I say?
Yeah, I think when you look at the people who didn't come today, the regulars who we can usually count on, Mr. Chris, young Mr. Chris, and he's posted onto Facebook group. Trev has been out today with Bill, so no Trev and no Bill. Paul Patton's on Papa duty with his young lad. No Barry Slinger today. No Rob Smith today or Connor. Mr. Stringer absent, and no Doug Tuck. But 23, it's not bad. I actually thought Fraser were coming in today. I could have sworn.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I'd seen a message on the Butty order from Fraser.
Yeah.
Butty.
Yeah. Yeah, but obviously something cropped up, bless him. Because I saw the post, I thought I'd be nice to see him again.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Yeah. So 23 boys and girls all meeting in today. And like I said, I've chatted to one or two of the members offline, and we have talked about, I suppose it's the wrong word really, but the intimacy, we're not getting intimate, but the intimacy of a core club, and we all have each other's backs, okay? And there is definitely that aspect. So while everybody is busy beavering away, apart from James, how's it going in that little cupboard, James? I've got to ask you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it fits. I'll fit in it.
Yeah,
it's great, mate. It's all right.
Bad. Whether it's a 1-star, 1 berth, or a 10 berth, 10-star caravan, and it's good for you as well, Craig. At the end of the day,
No, I normally go down there for that. I never try to in the caravan.
Happy day.
It's all number ones. Number twos is down on site.
I love it.
I'll tell you something about that. If we need a new drive lane, we're going to be laughing.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Sharing screen then. So, Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. Thanks for joining us this evening. These are my guests tonight, who are going to chat about the little banner there that's going at the bottom of your screen. We do need your comments in. I'm sure that you've got an opinion. And we're going to start off with, oh my God. So, like I said, I've been doing a little bit of shopping today with SGS Model Store. And I have bought some more. I have bought some more SMS paints. Welcome back, Mr. Bridge. I have bought some more SMS paints from SGS. Yeah, from SGS. SMS from SGS. And I've actually had to relay my shelving to fit that in. Like you do. Okay, get rid of that. And then we're on, so we are going to come back to that one. Let's have a look at what people have done. So who's that? What's Matt? What's your hand on about here, mate? Put on. Can you see that?
Sits there.
Lanks, Tanks and Military Machines. Good show, that.
Oh, yeah, that's
really?
next weekend at East Kirby, which is about an hour's drive from me and probably same from Graham. From all the way up from Scunthorpe. And that's where we're off next weekend.
All right, you're going to it, Mark.
Saturday. Pardon?
You're obviously going to it.
Yeah, we're going on next Saturday, mate, yeah.
So it's a Lanc.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Lancaster. It's Lancaster Mosquito taxiing, mate.
Yeah.
There's Battle of the Flight going, Lancaster, Spitfire Derrican, B17 Sally B's going.
Yeah.
Been in that.
Yeah, waiting for that. Been in that.
that.
What else? A few other bits. Yeah, some live tank firing going on. Well, not live ammunition, but obviously some noisy stuff. A fair bit of it there, acting and all that kind of stuff. Stalls, usual thing.
Yeah.
So just thought we'd have a day out.
Cool. That seems really, really good. Are you both going? Obviously.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah.
She'd go before me.
Yeah, probably. I know what you mean. I'm just going to try and get that back into there because it's done already. That's better. I think I've broken my microphone stand, you know. I'm trying to do a bit of improv. That's better. Right, okay. Let me put my camera back on. There we go. So Lang Tank and Military Machines next weekend. Cool. Like that.
16 quid. If you want to go, 16 quid. Tickets still available.
We've got that. Andy Norfolk, care to explain?
What's that? Oh, this was the cutting of the cake that we'd saved from. Jane had made for the birthday party last night. That's my birthday, my 60th birthday party held at Farmer Copley's, which a great number of the club were proud to say they turned up, and we had a wonderful evening. Plenty of food, plenty of drink, plenty of laughs, and you can see the cake on the left-hand side there, one of Jean's wonderful creations.
Happy days.
Happy days, mate.
And may I just say, as an afterthought, Roo, you don't look a day over 21.
Well, thank you very much. Are you talking in years or stone?
Years.
Thanks, mate.
I love it. What's happening here, Marky Bridge?
Yeah.
I think
I was indisposed somewhere, and I think Leanne was trying to wind up or generally abuse young Lewis.
Nice pictures, then. They are nice pictures, actually, mate.
So I just turned the camera to show the wife.
Oh, me
Happy
and
days.
Lewis,
Right,
that's
okay,
that.
so
Minding each other up.
do you want me to come back up? I'm coming
Yeah,
back
she's seen
down.
him.
So our young Lewis and our Jeannie again. She's seen him. Young Lewis and our Jeannie.
Bless her.
Bless her cottons. Happy days. First dance. I'm not going to embarrass you with it, Andy, but you need to work on them moves.
No, well, don't forget, I mean, Jean can't exactly move about a bit, so I had to do a bit of improvisation on that one.
You did really well, mate. Really, really well.
Thank you very much.
And you know what? You posted onto the club page that unfortunately I couldn't make it. I've explained why. But it was nice to see you'd asked that people attending could go into club stuff. And it looks like quite a few did as well, Andy.
Yeah, they did. I was chuffed to bits. The great group of lads. Obviously, I owe lots at club over the last few years, been there for me and this and other. And I just thought they need a bit of recognition, so it'd be nice as a group to, sort of advertise the club and see how many people are involved and maybe create a bit of interest. I don't know if it will. If it don't, okay, but it would nice to see a load of shirts knocking about and some dodgy tashes. Thank you, Lewis.
It all counts. Now then, I wonder if I can make that. I'll just play that. So we have been chatting about this today at the club. Can you tell what it is yet?
Yes. Yes,
Smart lid, that's got to whet your appetite.
too big. Too big.
I'm not even a helicopter builder, and it floats my boat.
Yeah. Definitely. It's a beautiful machine.
ICM. I do believe that Clem's on his second one already.
Yeah.
The rotor span on it is over 600 millimeters, which in old money is 2 foot.
Need a big shell for that bugger.
Need a big shell for that, mate. I'll tell you what, though.
Can you do a folded wing?
I think the
Can you do a
helicopter's about.
folded blades option on it?
As what, Mark?
Can you do a folded blades option on it?
No.
No.
No, you can't. No. No.
That's a bit of a bugger then, isn't it?
Bit of a bugger for you. Not for me.
You're going to get one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just a matter of when and not if. Mr. Bridge has posted his tornado, but that's going vertical.
As tornadoes normally did.
Absolutely, I'll get back to that.
Not as good as Jags, though.
Has anybody worked out? Has anybody worked out what Heath's doing?
Doing a lot of masking.
They did put on what it was. It's a figure of something, but I can't remember what it said.
I never got round to asking him either.
That's
all covered in masking tape. There are pictures of it a little bit lower down. Look at that one. So he's masked all that off and painted that blue, and then he's masked all that off to paint the figure. Going back up, Mr. Andrews, your good self, has started the Gloucester Javelin from Airfix. You can just see that Airfix logo there up in the corner. Redid the seats, Mark, and redid the office.
Good. All went well, I trust.
Yes, mate. The reason that I'm just tagging Mark in that one is because I got the kit from Mark, who got it from a friend who started the kit, gave it to Mark and said, see if you can sell this. I actually bought a Javelin many years ago, about 6 years ago, but didn't have the skill in building or painting to finish it off and sold it. So I actually went across my packet. I had to have it. You can see that I've got a little bit of Mr. Hobby paint just in them schemes just to get out. So that's what I'm on with, lost the Javelin. Now, talk about this.
Consult the Book of Destructions.
Can we talk about it? Andy Norfolk.
Yo. The charity, the candlelighters, massive success. What's the final total? 2,000 and odd pound.
Yeah, mate.
You can't go wrong, mate, can you? You can't go wrong. £2,060. Absolutely superb. We raised £1,000, and your good company has matched it to make the £2,000 mark, which is unbelievable for candlelighters. So yeah, well done everybody. Superb job.
Absolutely cracking job. And Andy is absolutely bang right. So Sesco, we raised 1,030, and then exactly the same as last year. I don't even have to go to my boss anymore and say, can I have a match it form? they come to me and they say, we've seen what you've done, because they see it on Facebook and they see it on YouTube, and Mark, we're going to match your figure. So our 1,030 that's there, they also put 1,030 in, which takes it to 2,060. Now, Just Giving do take a little bit of a commission from that. The more donators they'll put in, they take a little piece off each one. But hopefully, we're going to come away with about $2,000, I'm hoping. And we're going to deliver that next week. I've actually had a notification tonight, Mark and Ange, saying your Just Giving page closes tomorrow. So once I finish the stream tonight, I do need to go onto the Just Giving page and transfer that into the bank account. Graham Sanderson says, I haven't done one of these for a long time. Sucker.
What's he doing? Oh,
Sucker for punishment.
Don't say it like that, Mark. I've got one in the stash myself.
Oh, you have, mate. Well, I did actually mean to catch up with Graham today. Because I know every single pitfall on that kit. And so, bit of campy work on Mark's working on his Tornado that he's finished off today and taking some photos of. Craigie, while you've been away, you've not really been at the bench, mate, have you?
No, but today has been a very productive day.
However, this didn't put itself together, did it?
No, but I've got some primer now drying.
Tell me. Come on, tell us what it is. Tell us what's happening here. What you got a picture in front of you? Let's have an explanation.
That is a Combat Engineers tractor. Accurate armour kit, 1 in 35, full resin and PE kit. And sat in the garage now, drying in primer.
Cool. Okay. I have seen that kit firsthand today. It's definitely a weighty piece. I didn't tell you that you put the tracks on back to front, James.
I haven't. No, you see. This vehicle drives, that's the front of the vehicle. So the bucket is the back of the vehicle.
No way.
Honestly, the drive sprockets, that's at the front of the vehicle. That's the rear of the vehicle.
Chuffing all about.
I'm making it up, Craig, as you go on.
Honestly, I'm not. You look at them. When they're driving normally, the bucket's at the back. They will drive.
He'll make that, hey, up, Mark. He'll make that gypsy say anything.
If you think that's heavy,
Happy days.
wait till you feel weight of this.
Go on.
Feel weight of this one.
Mr. Chris building there. That from Duxford last weekend. What a fantastic weekend that one, Mark.
Yeah, brilliant that one.
Cracking.
Really good day out.
Why would it especially cracking for you, Mr. Bridge?
Do I really need to say?
No, you don't.
do.
Shut up about it, will you?
Come on.
I had a very exclusive internal tour of the B-17 Sally B.
How did you manage to windle that?
I noticed that there was a couple of the volunteers working on one of the engines, and I just started a conversation with the chief engineer. It turns out that he's currently still serving in the Air Force and served at the same station as I did.
What's the matter?
I've just had enough.
Cool.
Of what? Hey.
No, I'm just going to bed. I've just had enough. I'm going to bed.
Well, you can not but shout at them all afternoon.
I've just been trying to conversation with Leanne.
Yeah, we've heard it on here.
So, on the update,
I think it's in here. It's called off for 10 minutes.
Evening, Key. I'll tell you what, I'll just mute Rules Mark there while he's having a domestic. He's only been married a week, bless him. Just posted 24-hour build feedback from a chap who I've actually blocked his name out. And he watched the update number 3, and said, this is absolutely fantastic. He's referencing the 24-hour build there. You guys turned out and showed up for a great cause. You've inspired me to get my club to do something similar. So well done, one and all. That's the kind of feedback that is brilliant. When you can inspire somebody else to do something very, very similar. It's absolutely amazing. Back down to Duxford, we've got Ange, DT, all Pat. Good evening, you guys. Mr. Lid, all sat. What are you sat underneath there, Mark?
What?
What are you sat underneath?
V1. V1 flying bomb.
Cool. What would you rate Duxford as a daily experience out of 10, mate?
It's a 10, mate. If you're into your aeroplanes and that, nowhere better to go, is there?
No, it's absolutely superb. What's that, man? What are we doing there? Oh, fucking DR1. Last watching Pearl Harbor, bless him. What's happening here?
Oh, it's Trevor having that failure, isn't it?
Look at that. Yeah, mate, yeah. He's just come out at gift shop.
That's up his wallet.
Yeah, and when they said, can I have the Coke? And they went, yeah, it's $4.99. What? Cool beans. What we got here? Lid. What's this, Lid?
Oh, that's some photographs that Angie took in 2019 at International Air Tattoo that she just downloaded the other day, so I just banged them on in case anybody wanted to have a quick look. There's all sorts on.
Is it? I've never been, Mark. Is it completely hustling them?
It's got to be on the bucket. If you like aeroplanes, Mark, it's probably one of the few places you'll still see tornadoes flying.
Really?
Yeah. I think Luftwaffe are still flying. I think.
When does it happen? What month?
July.
I think we might have to have a look at that, mate, for next year.
You want to be? It's from here. Well, from where I am, it's about 4 hours at car, Swindon.
Yeah, so, Swindon, Gloucester way.
It's another neat job, mate. You want to be in down the day before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's me and George sorted for another day next year. Our lass is looking at me going, yeah. Look at that, Mark. You built that, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've not built that one.
I have.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't it funny when you see like the real aircraft, how absolutely amazing.
To be honest, Mark, it looks better like photograph than did it flesh. It looked a bit shit at flesh.
Really?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was.
A lot of people don't realise that graphics like that on an aeroplane are basically it's a wrap. It's just a higher diesel wrap.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll never get that detailing. So, and unfortunately, with a wrap, it's a matte surface.
Right.
So, any grime, grit, dirt, anything it picks up in flight will stick to it like fly to horse crap.
Yeah, and it had as well.
Yeah, mate. Well, I'll tell you what, Mark. That's if you say that's on bucket list, mate. Let's get a little bit of a savings club up for next year because I see that coming.
It's about roughly about rough numbers about 50 quid a body. It depends. There's all different sort of levels of what you can do when you get there. But if you just want to go in, watch aeroplanes, 50 quid a piece next year.
Oh, that's a nice picture.
And,
Oh, there's a handsome chap in there in the nose.
There's a swine there, isn't he, in his head?
Yeah, look at that. So that's the B-17 that you're in there, Mark, yeah?
Yeah. Dazzling everybody with the reflection off my bonds.
Happy days. One of the chosen few to be able to do that. Nice picture. So where's our Thru? Is he on? Is he on?
No, he's gone.
He's gone again. Chuff me. So the reason for that picture is because when we went to Duxford and I took my lad George, and on the drive, well, even long before the drive down, I'd said to a couple of lads, will there be anything flying today? And yeah, there might be one or two goes up. That was an understatement to the extreme.
I'm surprised you didn't say to him, go on, get yourself up in a spit.
Well, at 4.5 pop,
2.5.
A two-seater Spitfire, it was 4.5.
No, it was 2,300. I've been on.
20.
I went on. Yeah.
And I'd sort of budgeted, and I thought, and I didn't know how much it was going to be. And because I'd taken George, I thought I'll push boat out, and if I can get him up in an aeroplane for 7,500 quid, I will chance my arm and I'll take a bollocking off our last when I get home.
And did you?
No, because obviously when you're 12-year-old, I've got to get him up. Now, Charlie, as you know, were in cadets, so she flew. I were in cadets, I flew. But George hasn't had the opportunity. So then Rue came round to see us and chit chat, and he's telling us that Jim is going up in an aeroplane. And I'm looking and I'm going, how the chuffing have you afforded that? He went, oh, it's only 50 quid. And it's only 36 for kids. What going up on a kite? And he said, no, they're going up on that, which is a Dragon Rapide. So I went straight to the booking office and booked George on because I didn't know it. And then posted that onto our Facebook group, and Victoria saw that, Lewis's mum, and sent me some questions and how much is it and can we get Lewis on? So she transferred some money into his bank account, bless her, and that's young Lewis stood underneath it, and he's getting ready to board it, and Lewis had a fly as well. Got to do it, haven't you?
Of course you have.
Yeah, 3 big lads there. Not talk about that. Somebody's drinking Schweppes. Allianz eating ice creams up way down at Duxford. One at first pictures in. Bless. I think I would echo with what you've said. If you can get to Duxford for a day out, it's absolutely incredible. It really, really is. It really is. And if you've ever been, drop your comments on. Tell us about your experience as well. Went into the airspace hangar and dropped onto that little beauty. There you go. In front of the big tornado. And then took an absolute boatload of pictures that I'm not going to go through right now.
No, I saw you. You went over the wire. No, did I say that?
Yeah, I did.
I know you did.
What an incredible day. Absolutely superb.
It was a good day. Good day, good club, good people.
Right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna have 2 minutes just scrolling back up to the top because I need to talk the core club and the difference between what's happening and what we're going to do. So I've talked to the admin, and as you know, we have 23 people in today, and we can go up to 35, 36, 37, 40. But on our page, we've got 81 members. And because we're not a normal Facebook platform where people will cross over their photos, so obviously if I take some photos of what I'm doing, I'll post them on Cisco, Model Makers Union, MRP page, Sub page, absolutely everybody's. And that cross
Mark, have you
networking.
got Mark, have you got two microphones? Have you got two microphones on or something, mate? Because I'm getting loads of feedback.
Yeah. No, love.
No?
No.
All right. I just didn't know what it was.
No, it might be me. I'm not sure. Carry on. So 81 people on the group. We don't only get between 25 usually and 35, which means that there's 50 people who are on the Facebook group who want to be part of it, but obviously couldn't possibly get to club. So what we've done, I'm going to share my screen now. What we've done, we've introduced a second sister page called Sesco Models Live. Let me explain. What we're going to do is we're going to keep Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club Facebook page for the people who come. However, there's loads and loads of people who like to see what we do, which is why we've created this second page. I'm just going to read it. Seymour, I'm just going to read it. So, can I pull that up actually? Sesco Models Live is alive. Primarily, the page is for people pictures, which will be included in the live streams as we run through the day's events. There's no cut-off, and myself and the guests stream team will run through all the pics going back to the last club. That makes sense. Complete and build, work in progress, club photos, anything that you want us to see on the stream. So basically, no matter where you are viewing from in the world, you can join Sesco Live. Post your pictures on, and we will chat about them and you in the live stream. Okay. What that does is, because we've opened a second page up, keeps those distance members away from want of a better word, away from the core club, which is primarily used by the guys that come. So core page is for members who come to the club, and the page is for club members, but also for associated people who think the club is awesome, but can't make meets, but would like to share their work with us. That makes sense to me. However, if you're currently on the core page, you might find yourself removed over the next couple of days, but you're invited to join this one, which is Sesco Models Live. Last thing we want to do is offend anybody, but again, when I've talked to the admin about it, and with the Facebook page, even the members that have been there for absolutely donkey's years, they say, "Who's this? Who's this? I've never seen this person. Has this person ever been to a club?" And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. And the feedback that I've had is, well, why are they on our page? When our page is definitely designed just for our members. Hence, the second page, Sesco Models Live. If you're watching this, find it on Facebook, and by all means, join it. Okay? Put your pictures on, tell us what you're up to, tell us where you're from, what you're doing, etc., etc. And on the next live stream, I will flick through it. I will not flick through or club Facebook. I will only flick through this one. Might take a little bit of work, but that's basically what we are going to do. Okay, I hope that makes sense for everybody that's watching. Okay. Sesco models live. Let's have a look at a couple of comments then. So we've got John from Germany who says, greetings one and all.
Guten Tag.
Conversation now. So, topic of conversation. Sorry, we've done the club. I'm no aircraft builder, but were I to build one. So, the topic of conversation is you might build 500 kits in your life, okay? But there's got to be, in your opinion, 5 instrumental, iconic kits you've got to have in your aircraft hangar, your cabinets. You've got to absolutely have it because it means so much to you as a person or to the British war effort, the Allied war effort in World War II, etc., etc. Okay, or even the Axis. We're not fussed that way. We're a long, long time ago.
I'll be 1 minute.
So, as mentioned, John in Germany, good evening, John. Well, no aircraft builder, but where I go to war, it would have to be the
That's getting all worse, Matt.
I can hear it. Have a good one, bacon and egg for me, Cole. That's the sandwich order this morning. I'm just going to go into my settings and try and change my mic. Audio, mic. I'm going to try. Testing 1, 2, 3. Have you still got me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. I've got about 4 mics on here. Gray's models. Sorry, John. Absolutely sorry, mate. Short Sunderland. Mark, were there a Short Sunderland at Duxford?
Yes.
Yes, there is. It's the first hanger.
Yeah. Absolutely massive, that, John. Good shout. However, you need to comment. You need to tell me why. You absolutely need to tell us why. Gray's models, Graham in Cleethorpes says, evening, everyone.
Evening,
Had a great day today, as usual. See you all next time. Got the echo in, mate. Yeah, I can't. I'm not on. I don't think it's me.
No, it's not you. No.
Don't think it's me.
Anybody got the kits with it?
Nope.
Test 1, 2.
No, you're fine, Mark.
All right. Cool. John says it's getting unwatchable. That's because of the echo. Has the echo stopped?
No.
No, still going, mate.
Still there.
Nobody's
There's
got
a TV on in the background, mate.
Has anybody got a second device on them?
No.
No. If anybody's got kids with them, that's all I can hear is kids.
It's a TV.
TV.
That's what it is, then.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So let's just pause for 2 seconds. Feedback? Not from me. Craigie?
That's okay now.
Not from me.
Hello?
James?
Yeah. I'm fine,
No
mate.
feedback?
It's not me.
Okay. Marky Mark?
I've got feedback, yeah.
There's not so much sort of feedback, but I'm seeing your screen glitch a bit, flashing red and there it goes again, flashing red and green.
No, my screen's absolutely fine.
I'm not seeing that.
No, I'm not seeing that either. It's fine.
Just going to take Mark out of the picture for a second, just while we're trying to sort these technicals out. Can you, Mark, Craigie, give me a word, just a feedback?
Feedback?
Mark?
No. Feedback?
Nothing. James?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. I think it's Mark. I think he's got a TV on in the background, mate. That's what you're getting the feedback from.
Any feedback off me?
No.
Nothing.
No.
But I'm just going to add Mark back to the stage. Mark, just say feedback.
Feedback.
It's Mark.
Yeah.
John says it's gone now. And Dave says feedback's gone now. Mark, chopping up. Feedback's gone now. Mark's gone. Mark, say feedback.
Feedback.
Yes, there.
That's it. Yeah, definitely feedback.
Yeah.
Just take Mark off the screen. Say feedback.
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 No. No.
It's Mark Bridge. Mark, it's you, love.
It's Mark.
It's you, mate.
Yeah. He's got to turn the TV off.
He's gone, bless him. He's gone. Oh, dear. Okay. Right, so topic of conversation. Let's crack on. Okay. The guys who are watching, give me your 5. Come on, give me a 5. Who am I going to start with? I want to start with myself. Right, okay.
Are we doing modern or
We're doing World War II first for a little while, and then we're going to move on to modern. So I would say that if you're going to build 500 aeroplane kits in your life, I would say that you need to have in your hangar from that era a Spitfire. You've got to have a Spitfire. I'm not talking about a Mark 1, a Mark 9, a Mark 5, a Spitfire. You've got to have a Spitfire.
I agree.
James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah,
Spitfire.
you got to have a Spitfire.
Cool.
Yeah.
Got to have a Spitfire. Number 2, Lancaster.
definitely?
Yeah.
You've been copying my list.
It's going to be old Battle of Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, sort
Have
of.
you got Lancaster in your hangar?
Yes. Definitely.
Lancaster. Yeah. So basically, what we're looking at is what we're looking at now. So let me just sort of like I can define this a little bit better. You've been invited to a secondary school where the kids there are like between say 9 and 12, and you've been invited to talk about, you know, World War II aircraft. Which 5 aircraft are you taking in that the kids can see to go, I know what that is. Those 5 iconic aircraft from that era. Spitfire, Lancaster. I'm just looking up here because that's where mine are.
B-17.
B-17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mustang, Mosquito.
Oh,
that's
no,
me finished. That's me finished. That's my 5.
Spitfire, Lanc. What?
Hurricane.
B-17, Mosquito.
Hurricane. B-17.
Mustang.
Where's your Stoker?
Nah, they only made about 500 and they all got shot down.
Right. Where's your Mosquito?
Messerschmitt. Your Mosquito. Definitely a Mosquito, Mark. Definitely.
Oh, well, John says Mosquito.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely.
David, let's have a look at David's list. Let's have a look. Mosquito, Spitfire, Hurricane, Lancaster, and Sunderland. Do you know what? That's the second person. What on earth is it? What's the deal with the Sunderland? It's that big, massive aircraft with that funny landing on water thing in it?
Flying boat.
The porcupine. Yeah. Yeah. They were stationed at RAF Mountbatten, which is just across the water from me.
Right, but let's dissect David's comment here. Mosquito, it's up there. Spitfire, Hurricane, Lancaster. So David, you're picking a Sunderland, a short Sunderland, over a Stoker. You're picking a short Sunderland over a Ju-88, over a P-47 or over a P-51. Picking them. Would you go with a short Sunderland, Mark?
No. I mean, I like it. I've got one to build, but
Yeah.
No, definitely not. I mean, I like this.
What you got?
You see that?
Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can do this. It's Halifax. Nobody's mentioned Halifax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Know
Thousands
exactly
of them.
what you mean.
Welcome Yorkshire.
Yeah, know what you mean, Halifax. Any more? What's David?
Messerschmitt.
Messerschmitt, yeah, BF
109.
109, Messerschmitt, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
109.
so Sunderland over a 109?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no. The 109 over the Sunderland. Yeah. Sorry.
Over a P47?
109.
Bad, aren't you? You can't have all good, can you? You've got to have equal to sides, that.
Over a 51?
No, P51. Wouldn't ward, innit, that bugger? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've just done
Well, according to the Americans, it did.
Yeah. What about this one?
What's
Tempest.
this one?
What is it?
Then it's a Typhoon. Tempest. Yeah. Typhoon.
What did it do?
I would go Typhoon more than the Tempest.
Mark, the Tempest, the Typhoon more on North African fronts?
No, the Typhoon was European mainly, and Tempest was a late war fighter, wasn't it?
Right.
Late war, yeah.
So
Typhoon.
Was ground attack, wasn't it?
Right, okay.
Thing is, mate, everybody's got like a top three, and then everybody else will pick two more different ones.
Absolutely. David says, I'm talking about the Sunderland again. We're reminiscing here. It was the first model I ever attempted as a kid and just loved the shape. Do you know what? Fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. Good answer.
Like the Dakota, innit? It's like the early Hercules, isn't it? That.
Dakota? Nobody's mentioned Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah, the transport plane, isn't it?
Yeah.
What have you got? What are you taking to school to show these kids? What are you taking them? Spitfire, yes?
We've got to be careful here what we say about that.
Spitfire.
Spitfire.
Typical squadron.
Yeah, Spitfire, most iconic. Was it the most iconic?
Messerschmitt to go with it. It's going to be
Lancaster. Number 2. It's got to be in Ante.
But you've got to have a Messerschmitt with a Spitfire, aren't you? Because that's where the fights, weren't it? But
Dogfight double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to do it, haven't you? You've got to educate them on what happened.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
what do you think? World War II. Yeah.
So what we got so far then? Lancaster, Spitfire.
What about? I'm going to pause you. What about? You old guys will know this. What about what's the number on it? The first jet to come out of Germany. I do know.
That German one.
262. 262.
262.
Weren't it? Last year even.
Yeah.
Have you got to build a 262?
You've got to mention it because it was the first jet engine, weren't it? Aircraft.
Mark's like, no, I'm not having that.
I built Tamiya one in 148, and I gave it to one of the kids off the other side of the street. So you know what I mean? So it's not on my I love it list at all.
No?
No.
Is it iconic?
Is it for large jets? And, you know what I mean?
It's sort of the jet era though, isn't it?
What about the HE 111?
1944 and on, wasn't it, that?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's still during war.
Oh, yeah, yeah. What about Russians? What did they have?
Yeah, the swordfish.
Probably
Sturmovik,
there.
yeah.
They're still flying around now.
Yeah. What about John's commented on screen there, lads?
Yeah, the swordfish. Yeah.
Why?
Dropped the torpedo that knackered the Bismarck.
Have you got to build one though? What are you going to set? Is that what you're going to set at kids at school? I've built this. It's part of my 5 top iconic aircraft of World War II because it did this job.
Mosquito flew all the way to Berlin and back with same bomb loads of B-17. Yeah.
Spitfire,
Yeah.
Lang.
The mosquito's got to be in there, Mark, because it's made of wood. It's a wooden wonder. Absolutely beautiful aircraft.
Okay. Have we nailed top 3?
Well, top
Lancaster.
3, Lancaster, Spit, Messerschmitt, isn't it? It's got to be them. Don't you think?
Mosquito. Are we getting votes on Mosquito?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mark, have we got a good Mosquito kit out there?
That Tamiya one.
The Tamiya, 132nd.
Yeah. That's
what about the Airfix one?
What, the big
Airfix
124?
124th, yeah. If you've got the space, ask Roo. Ask Roo, he's just bought it.
Yeah, those got one. It loft, didn't it? Yeah.
I was going to say, he bought it the other day, didn't he? From Bridgie, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Really true.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Mr. Taylor says, Mozzie all day long.
Yeah, I think you've got to build, mate.
I haven't got one. I haven't built one.
Little Tamiya 148, it's a smashing little kit, mate. Falls together.
I tell a lie. When I first got back into this hobby 7 years ago, I built the Revel one in
32.
32.
Big one.
32, yeah.
The 32. Yeah.
I can't actually believe, and it was the second kit that I built because the first one was the Airfix one in 48 bottlenose Harrier. That got me back into hobby. The second one I built was the Revel Mosquito. How I carried on with the hobby after I'd attempted to build that pile of is unbelievable.
Yeah. Hobby killer.
Hobby killer. Hobby killer. John says Mosquito top 3. So Spitfire, Lancaster, Mosquito. We've got 3 allied here. I'm going to hand back up to the top of the screen. Craig, who's dying to get some Axis aircraft into this top 5.
You can't go all one-sided, can you? It's got to be. You've got to have something in there, ain't you?
Come on,
is it good stepping around that conservatory, Craig, or what?
Why?
David says, I know the B-17 is very popular, but what about the B-24 Lib? Now, Mark, you've just done a Lib, haven't you?
Big aircraft.
No, I did B-29, mate.
B-29?
Yeah, Enola Gay I just done, yeah.
Is the Enola Gay dropped the goddamn bomb? That's got to be iconic.
That's iconic. That is iconic, isn't it? Yeah.
But that means that we're still pushing Craig's nose out because he's dying to get a couple of. Craig, what Axis aircraft have we got to build? What have we got to have in our?
Go Japanese, Craig.
Zero. You know, it's an iconic.
Zero, yeah.
It's iconic, isn't it?
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Started the war with Americans.
Yeah, about 4 years
B-29 finished
it.
So you won't go anything like, obviously, with Japanese. You won't go for a Kate.
A more interesting plane, I'd say, like.
Yeah, dude.
Right, okay. You wouldn't
Border
go
models have got a Kate out, haven't they?
as what?
Border models have just got a Kate out, I think, in 135.
135 scale.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look here. David again, commenting. Nice one, Dave. Keep them coming, mate. You're keeping stream going, mate. FW190. Craig?
No, the Fucker Wolf
Yeah.
190.
Fucker Wolf.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Now, which is the one, Mark, with it's got that straight canopy? Looks like a greenhouse. Is that the 109 or is that's a 109, isn't it, James?
109.
109,
but
yeah,
no
that's a
greenhouse
109.
canopy, yeah.
Yeah, the
109
Fucker Wolf had the teardrop
Gradle engine.
canopy.
Fucker Wolf had the just normal canopy, didn't it?
It had the teardrop. Yeah, it had an elongated teardrop.
Yeah,
Right,
and a big
okay.
radial engine.
So a 109.
Yeah, very big engine.
So again, thinking
You got to
back
have the
to-
109 in there, Mark.
Have you got to have a 109? Look at hey up, Logie Bear, mate.
Yeah,
you
you have. You've got to have a 109 in there, mate.
got to have a 109, haven't you?
Well, it flew
Yeah.
109 for all way through
Got
war,
to
didn't
have
it?
a 109.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna
If
do
you
a
have
bit
the
of
spec,
typing.
you've got to have a 109.
A Spit, a 109, because they were best of friends, weren't they? A Lank, a Moz. What about
Yeah.
an Hurricane?
Technically,
Yeah.
that
Well,
is
the
with
Hurricane won the
disguise,
war.
isn't it?
The
Technically,
Hurricane,
that
yeah,
shot
it
more
did. It won the
down.
war.
Hurricane won Battle of Britain, didn't it?
Yeah, it shot down more
Yeah.
German aircraft than the Spitfire ever did, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And anti-aircraft guns put together, yeah. Shot more down than everything else put
Yeah.
together.
Spit, 109, Lank, Mozzie, and a Hurricane.
Hurricane won
Yeah.
the war,
Yeah.
didn't it? With guys, end of the day.
Because the iconic ones, aren't they? The ones that are still flying, basically.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, there's people, you know, there's no Typhoons flying. There's one being rebuilt, I think.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes, they're like looking horse shit.
Yeah.
Even
Beverly.
those, is it New Zealand? There's one flying again, I believe, somewhere like that.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Which is that massive aircraft that they keep digging up in Iceland and Greenland and all that sort of places.
When the
Have you-
Beverly, World War II, end of World War II.
No.
What's that?
The Beverly.
What's that?
No, mate. No, that was 50s, I think. That
Alright.
my dad flew back from Africa in army in a Beverly.
Really?
Yeah.
Massive
Army
aircraft.
transport.
Massive piece
Went
of
there
kit.
on a ship
What
and come
about
back in a
the-
Beverly.
Going back to bombers, what about the HE-111?
Yeah.
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 This is it,
On
isn't
the
it?
active
It's
side.
difficult to narrow it down to 5, innit?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
you've
It's
got to-
difficult.
You've got to. Right. Okay. Right. I'm just clicking on to. I'm just clicking on. Same as what I did with the films last time. Okay. And sharing the screen, and let's see before we fill in that that fifth position. Before we fill in that fifth position, let me share the screen here. Right, and it's that one. So, full of advertisements as usual. So, what I've typed into Google there, greatest aircraft of World War II, and it's brought up a list of 8, which is more than R5. We can argue all day long. In at number 1, the Zero.
Got a load of bollocks.
I wouldn't say it was number 1, but there's
After
a lot of
1940,
people out there that like the Zero.
Yeah, there must be a lot of people out there that like a Zero. Is it iconic? Have you got to build it?
Yeah.
Have you got to have it in the top 5?
No.
No,
Yeah.
not in
No?
that.
No.
They
it
bombed
won't be
the
in my
shit
top
out of
five.
Pearl Harbor, didn't they? Absolutely bombed the shit out of
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, but that were numbers, weren't it?
Zero. There's no 0 what fighting us to it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But now I won't put that down as number 1. Won't even be top. Won't even be top 10.
Hurricane.
Number two then.
Hurricane.
Hawker Hurricane. We have not got Hawker Hurricane scrolling across the bottom of our screen.
No.
But like Craig says, the Spitfire was the glory bird of World War II. The Hurricane won the war.
People don't remember that though, do they? People forget that bit, don't they?
And
Spitfire got everybody on board, didn't it?
It hasn't even made your top 5. Look at this one. BF 109. Craigie?
BF 109.
That's the one, isn't it, with the square greenhouse cockpit?
Yeah.
Burnband fuel, Craig.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll ask you a question. Mark, you might have. The insignia on all these German aircraft from World War II is absolutely mind-blowing. The ones with snakes down the side, with black and white arrows down the side. Have you ever done any research on those markings?
Do it down to individual pilots.
It's a minefield, mate.
It is proper minefield, yeah.
Absolute minefield. I can't believe we're up to number 4 and I still haven't seen a Spitfire. The 190.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, David said the 190. For me, it's probably one of the ugliest chuffing birds I've ever seen. How that landing gear sort of comes in. I've never been a fan. Never been a fan.
No, it was a good fighter, though. No two ways about it. It's got a lot of Spitfires until they sort of Spitfire out.
Very quick.
Okay, BMW engine. The plane could hit a top speed of 410 miles an hour. Main features of the 190 with its excessive armament. It had nose-mounted machine gun, 0.8. What's that? Say 0.8 cannons in the wing roof. 2 more cannons mounted on the mid-wing. It was a far more powerful machine than the 109. German pilots who flew both aircraft favoured the FW-190 as being far superior. Can you believe that?
I bet German pilots can do these.
Coming in at number 5, and here's the man that's going to throw a little bit of light on it. In at number 5, Supermarine Spitfire. Evening, Paul.
Yeah. Evening.
Paul.
In at number 6, the P-51 Mustang.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking aircraft.
When we went to Duxford, what did they have down there, Mark? Was it a 47?
There was a Mustang flying, 2-seater, and that's P-51. And there was a P-47 flying as well, single seat.
Yeah, the Jug. I did like that 47. So much so that I started looking at a model kit of one. What the bleeding hell's that in at number 7? A Yak 3?
Yeah.
That's Russians, yeah.
Looks a bit weird.
Don't talk about Russian stuff much, do we?
No, nobody's mentioned any Russian stuff.
The Starmovic would have been in my sort of top 5.
Yeah, flying tank.
The flying tank, yeah.
Starmovic 2.
ME262. I mentioned that.
The jet era, isn't it? Stop the jet era.
Let's just have a look at some of these comments. Graham from Cleethorpes, Fokker Wolf, Stan Boardman. Anybody getting that joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting that one, mate.
Bombed
I'm
our
not.
chippies.
Bombed our chippies. Right, okay. I like it. Nice
Yeah.
one, Graham. Happy days. Happy days. Graham says, I'm just going to make that screen a little bit smaller and make this one a little bit bigger so I can see
Yeah,
what
the
I'm chuffing doing.
AT111 is a good one.
Graham,
Yeah, definitely.
that would have bomb wanted, James.
Yes, it was. Yeah, Paul.
Yeah.
I think Paul's built that one, hasn't he?
Paul?
Me, I haven't. Not yet. No, I want it. It's a rare kit. Well, you know, I'd obviously want it in 32nd
You've got
scale.
it.
I haven't got it yet.
Yeah,
No,
in
it's
32nd scale. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
very rare. It's out of production now, so it's commanding good money, up to £200 at the moment.
What we're saying, Paul, is if you were
Yeah.
going to go into a secondary school next week and explain to
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
9 to 12-year-old kids, these 5 aircraft from World War II are absolutely iconic.
Yeah.
Because so you've got to have one in your stash, or you've got to have built it. Scrolling across the bottom of the screen there, you can see Spit 109, Lank, Mozzie, and we're still debating on number 5. David says the one like our Hurricane.
Yeah, you see, now I'd swap out. I mean, like, I know the Spitfire is obviously the more commonly known, but I'd swap the Spit out for the Hurricane. Myself personally, I think it just looks amazing. I think it's a lovely looking aircraft in real life. But yeah, obviously Spitfire as well. But I certainly agree with the Lancaster and the Mozzie.
109.
Oh yeah, definitely got to be a 109 in there. You know, I think a P-38 Lightning hasn't come up yet.
No, mate.
No.
You know, some of the obscure ones. Like I heard just mention the Mustang earlier. The Mustang is absolutely. But you got to do the late. I think you got to do the later kits, not the ones with the weird canopy. The one with the proper bubble canopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, D version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The D. Yeah, the 51D. Yeah.
Is that the one that we were talking about the other night, James? The difference between the D and the N?
Yeah. No. That was a jug. That was a 47.
P51B.
Yeah, it was a jug. Yeah, the D is the bubble canopy. You had the late D, I think, had the fin. Then the N had the fin all the way back to the rudder. Then.
Yeah. B's and C's had greenhouse canopy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to Google, I mean, obviously, you know, you take it all with a pinch of salt, but
Yeah, Spit 109 Mozzie. I think you should have a Corsair in there as well. The F4U Corsair.
P40.
The Warhawk. Or Tomahawk.
Yeah, the Warhawk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think. We're going to have to have airplanes, aren't we?
I know. Like, you know, your Zero.
No,
Japanese Zero.
Yeah, I think that would be
in regards to like telling a 12-year-old school child, you know, what you should have is like, obviously, yeah, Spitfire. I'd swap it out for the Lank, but 109. But yeah, you could go on for hours, couldn't you? Really, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nobody's mentioned this one. The Grumman F6F Hellcat shot down over 5,000 aircraft.
Yeah. 19 to 1, I think it was. 19 to 1, the kill ratio.
Yeah, fully trained Japanese pilot.
P-38 Lightning, P-47 Thunderbolt, P-51D Mustang, Supermarine Spitfire, Vought F4U Corsair. Japanese call it the Whistling Death. Why did they call it Whistling Death?
Said that,
The noise it makes.
It screams. Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It literally whistles when it's coming down.
Really? Though
Yeah.
I can't believe also
The Stuka. The Stuka's
Stuka's
still
not
not in
made
there.
Yeah, Stuka, man. You've got to have a Stuka.
Yeah.
Got to have a Stuka.
Have you got to have a Stuka, Paul?
I'd say so, yeah. You watch the Battle of Britain and the kids are arguing over what it is that's coming across. Ankles, Messerschmitts. It's ankles, it's Messerschmitts.
Nah,
I mean, obviously you got the,
I've got
and
to
then obviously
say,
you get the.
we've got a Spit, a Lank, and a Mozzie in there, 3 allied. A
Well,
109
yeah,
it would have to be a Stuka, mate.
yeah, definitely a Stuka.
Definitely a Stuka. The guys who are commenting here, Dave, John, can't believe that, you know, with the topic of conversation that we're having, that nobody's gone. Stuka, absolutely,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
Stuka.
Yeah,
Any
definitely a
good
Stuka.
out there?
I thought it were models I was going to have in my cabinet, not.
Yeah.
It is. Obviously, what we're trying to do is we're trying to tie them together the top 5 iconic aircraft of World War II that are available in kits, any scale, any manufacturer that you can build, detect to a scope. They're all on a table. These are the top 5, in my opinion, kits, aircraft from that era. And I've got to say, Stuka's got to be in there.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree with you. That would be my number 1. I think it's the most iconic World War II aircraft.
No.
It looks angry.
No.
It looks naughty. It looks like it's going to kill you.
James, you're saying no. Why are you saying no, mate?
No. I like the
Why?
Stuka, and I think the Stuka has a place, but you've got to have a 109.
Yeah.
You've
109's
got to
in
have
there,
a
isn't it?
Spitfire because they are the 2 most.
In there, mate. 109's in there.
Yeah. Thirdly, I would say 0.
Yeah.
0 over
because of the obvious. Yeah, it's one of those aircraft that were it was designed really, really quickly. I have seen a documentary on it, and they obviously the Japanese had gone through, and they had pulled this chap. He just literally come out of college, and he designed the 0, and it was made very, very quickly.
If we're going for
very
a 109,
quickly,
if we're going for a 0, and we like to slip a Stuka in there, out of the Spit, the 109, the Lank, and the Mozzie, which one are we dropping then?
It's up, isn't it? I ain't dropping them.
It's your knackers. I'm dropping out.
I'm dropping them.
I think we should have made it a top 10. Should have made it a top 10, not a top 5.
No, because in a minute, we're all going to put us final top 5s in, and then we're going to move on to modern day. Mark Lidd, give me a top 5.
Spitfire, Lancaster, Mosquito, Messerschmitt 109, and B-29.
Right, okay. Paul Radcliffe, give me a top 5.
So in reverse order, I'd probably go P-38 Lightning, F4U Corsair, Messerschmitt 109, Hawker Hurricane, Stuka.
Stuka at number 1.
Number 1, mate. Yeah, absolutely all day.
All available in 132 from Hannon's.
James,
I've pretty much got them all in my stash anyway, so.
James, give me your top 5. And just before you do, the guys who are watching and commenting, give me your final top 5. Right, let's compare. Give me your final top 5. Get your phones out. Get typing. Get tapping. James, give me your top 5.
Spitfire, ME 109.
2.
Spitfire, right? Sorry, it's all right. I've got lag here. So Spitfire 109, Mozzie, P40 Warhawk,
Yeah, James.
and a B25.
Ooh.
Where did Chuffing pulled that from?
Out of the bag, mate. That's one of my favourite bombers. Cheers, mate.
Right, okay. Happy days. Craigie Stinson, more of a tank builder, but invited you on. Have you got a top 5? Can you give me a top 5?
Yeah, I've got Hurricane, 109, Lancaster, Dakota.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And a Mozzie.
Say again. So you've only given me 4.
Hurricane,
1,
109,
2,
Dakota,
3,
Lancaster,
4,
and a
Mozzie.
Mozzie.
5. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's have a look at Dave's before I share mine. Me and David make, I was going to say good bedfellows, obviously not good bedfellows. Me and David make good bedfellows because me and David, salute you, sir, could go to that secondary school on Monday morning and we would both say
Be in prison.
exactly the same thing. Probably won't have them in that order. Let me just have a look at the order. Maybe that's a random order off, Dave. And thank you for your comments. That's absolutely wonderful. It's brilliant. I personally think we saw the Spitfire down at Duxford. Yes, it was a 2-seater. However, it is such an iconic aircraft. You all got to agree it is the darling fighter of World War II because the Allies won. So everybody needs a friend and a foe, a friend and an enemy, and the Spitfire even today resonates around the world. You show kids, probably not kids, but to a certain age, and say, "What is that?" and they will say a Spitfire. So it's got to be a Spitfire. Okay.
Right, don't you?
Number 2.
Sorry.
Number 2, I would have to definitely say a Lancaster because, again, the pure, the iconicness of it. Now, when you look on, and I'm not just talking about model kits here, I'm going to throw a curveball. But when you go into museums, when you open books, when you talk about this subject, the Lancaster bomber that went over to Germany to do the dams. A poignant mark in the war. Not only that, but the crews that didn't make it back, and some of the most famous pilots and captains, etc., from World War II in those incredible machines. We have seen them up close and personal. They are absolutely enormous. So do love a Lang. Hurricane. I'm going to come back to that. Lancaster, Mozzie. I have built a Mozzie, as we all know, made out of balsa wood and matchsticks and lollipop sticks and all that sort of shit. But again, the Mozzie for me, it's absolutely superb. The different versions that you can get of the Mozzie as well, with the 4 cannons on the front, with the bomb carrying, the night fighter versions, the Mosquito. I've seen them flying. I've heard that engine, those engines, absolutely superb. Stoker, again, I have built a 1 in 24 trumpeter Stoker. I built it and shit myself. It looks that chuffing menacing. Absolutely, it's not gorgeous. It's literally death on wings, that aircraft. And you can understand why back in the day, people were absolutely terrified of that machine. Terrified. I can't even think of a modern day equivalent in that you get Scud missiles and all that kind of thing in your modern day warfare. But for me, the sound of a Stoker, and people will remember that sound coming over the top. You've absolutely got to be pooping your pants for that one. And then the Hurricane, I'm not a big fan, not as much as Paul. Paul loves the Hurricane. It's Paul's Spotlight Star. What kit would you have in any scale, etc., etc.? Paul chose the Hurricane. I probably would have chosen the Hurricane, actually, up to going to Duxford, Paul, if I'm absolutely honest, and seeing that P47 taking off, because it took off different to the Spitfire. So the Spitfire took off gracefully and went up. The P47, Mark, I don't know if you noticed, but as soon as it took off, it banged and literally tore up the sky.
Power. It's just power, isn't it?
Absolute raw.
Yeah.
2,000 power engine. You know what I mean?
So, mate, you could see with the size of that cowling.
It's a radial engine.
Yeah, it weren't hiding a bag of wind under that cowling. It was hiding, 2,000 horsepower. And when that machine went up and banked over, you literally gobsmacked. So, Hurricane for me, Hurricane or P47. I'm going to sit on the fence with that. Moving on, we've got last half an hour. Mark Lid, I know that you've been you've not been great in health. How are you doing for stream time? Are you okay?
I'm going to be there for an hour, mate. Yeah.
Okay, let's call it half an hour. So we're going to change it up ever so slightly.
What are you playing now?
We've done World War II. And then you sort of fast forward into what we would call modern day jets. And when you look at modern day jets, you'd say, you know, there's certain things that trip off your tongue. And ordinarily you'd go Tomcat, what else? Hornet, and anything with two massive jets on back. But actually, when you look into reality, some of them jets are 45, 50, 60 year old.
Does it have to be jets as well? Can't it be?
No, it doesn't have to be jets. You can have helicopter in there. You can have whatever you want. Obviously, we're moving away now from World War II. So
into modern.
We're into modern flight. You're into modern flight.
Now, if loud helicopters,
go on. Let's have it.
A Chinook's got to be in there.
So Craig, Chinook
is the king of the skies. There's no doubt about it. The Chinook is 100% iconic. Okay. I've travelled all over the place in the back of a Chinook.
The fucking egg whisker.
It don't matter what they are, does it? It's brought so many guys back off the battlefield and saved their lives.
It's getting emotional now.
But
That's not fair.
Bravo November. It's been in every single conflict that Britain's been involved in. I can say that from an helicopter. What other helicopters done that?
Well, right, okay, we're all allowed as 5. Craig, Chinook, yours is in at number 1.
Yeah.
Let's go. We've got a couple of comments on here. Let's do. Oh, I've got a good one here off John. Let's do number 2 then, Craig. What you got?
Number 2, I say Tornado.
Man after my own heart, love.
It's the iconic in it. It's a British jet that ruled the skies, isn't it? Everyone saw it. Then
massive tail, 2 great big burners on the back, reverse buckets, an absolutely awesome stance with that landing gear, flaps and slats. And for me as well, I know it's your turn, but for me as well, the amount of goddamn tail art on the various tornadoes is why I built so many, because there's so many different tail arts. Okay, so number 2, you're going for a Tornado. Number 3.
It'd be a Vulcan for what it did in the Falklands.
Oh, nice.
To go with the Vulcan, you've got to have the Victor, because the Victor played the massive part in that. If it weren't for them, the Vulcan would never have got there.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. And number 5.
Number 5 would be an Hercules.
Hercules, right? Modern day, yeah, like it. Why the Herc?
Same again. It's travelled all over the world, hasn't it? Done everything.
Okay, I can see Paul here. I can literally see the cogs turning in Paul's head. And we are getting some comments on that I'm going to share in a second. So, Paul, chomping at the bit.
Well, I suppose in no particular order, you've obviously got to have a Phantom. You need your F4 in your stash.
Yeah.
Little 12-year-old school child, you need to have a Phantom in your stash.
Yeah.
You need to have a Tomcat.
Yeah.
You need to have an F-15.
Yeah.
You need an A10 Warthog.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Let me just have a quick look at my stash.
I'll miss it obvious. No matter about Harrier.
Hold it there, Mark. It's Paul's turn.
See, now I'm struggling now. I think, yeah, I'd put F-16 instead. So pretty much all American.
Listen, I'm absolutely going to blow your mind here. I'm going to put a comment on screen, right? Get ready for this one, because you're unbelievable, you lad.
I'm breaking up, mate.
We should have made it a top 10, because I could go on.
Oh yeah,
you need your frog foot. You need your. There's a few Russian birds you need in there.
Paul,
especially a frog foot.
Mentioned a Buccaneer.
I know, yeah. I mean, I think maybe I haven't mentioned it probably because it isn't available in kit form in a desirable scale for me at the moment. Fingers crossed. Come on, somebody.
Yeah, come on, somebody. Okay. So John says Buccaneer. Okay. It looks like he's heading his list off with that. Dave's quick off the mark, and he's put straight away his top 5. Tornado, Tomcat, Jaguar, Buccaneer, and F-16. Now, we all say that's absolutely fine. Is that, Dave? So let's dissect that. Tornado, Tomcat. Why? Right. Okay. So you've gone Tomcat over Eagle. You've gone Jaguar over Harrier. You've gone Buccaneer over F4. F-16 tight turnaround fighter jet over F4 again. Over Eurofighter Typhoon.
What about new F-35? What about Raptor?
Yeah, no one's coming to third generation fighters.
Are they iconic? Have they served?
That Raptor, I think. If you think stealth fighter, what do you think?
Say that again, Mark.
What about that F-117? If I say stealth fighter in the bomber,
yeah.
What about that Nighthawk?
Yeah.
Played its part.
But
you know what I mean?
Let's go Russian instead of Bear. The long range.
Yeah. Very good, yeah.
That has
good.
been around since Man and Boy, hasn't it?
Nobody's...
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, so while we're on it, because if you look at the title, it says the top 5 modern day aircraft. Obviously, we're talking about military aircraft. And nobody's mentioned SR-71.
Yeah.
Again, you could have gone top 10.
No one's mentioned B-52.
B-52. Yeah. Well, what British equivalent then at B-52? What it the?
Vulcan, isn't it?
Vulcan, that's the only big bomber we've had, isn't it?
Yeah. But we haven't got an equivalent to B-52.
Right, okay. Now, so let's just go back to comments here. Let's get these on. John, Jag.
Yeah.
No comment. Mitchell says F4 14 with a Jolly Rogers pirate flag tail. Absolutely. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
R. Graham says, oh, look at that. Throwing a curveball in there, R. Graham.
Lightning.
Oh, yeah, lightning, oh, good shout, Graham.
Good shout. Yeah. I think you can actually, am I right? Yeah. Or is this information a couple of years old? In South Africa, you can still go and fly one.
No, not anymore. I don't think.
Finished it, Mark?
Yeah.
I think it crashed, didn't it? It crashed and killed him, didn't it?
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't big on health and safety. It wasn't, mate. It wasn't.
Their idea of health and safety, strapping you into the back of that jet, was to put some hobnail boots on and an Ivy's jacket. Is that what you're saying?
More or less, yeah.
Happy days.
You ain't needed a jet to see because you're going that fast, it'll kill you. Anyway, you know what I mean? So,
Graham, again, English Electric Lightning. David comes back with, I could choose from 50, but it's just too difficult. Paul, you've already mentioned that we ought to do top 10.
Well, yeah, you could easily do a top 50.
Okay, but we are trying to keep it to top 5. It's not, we're not arguing, we're just trying to sort of like say which ones are your favourites.
What we're going for iconic or personal?
We are going for, well, it's a bit of both really, Mike. It is the most recognisable, iconic, influential, modern day aircraft, bombers, helicopters that have played a part.
But still, that noise of Chinook, you know that noise from anywhere. You hear that noise,
influential,
right. Know.
If it's influential, then you'd say Hercules, Chinook, B-52, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Because you've got to look at last 50 years.
If you go with iconic, you definitely have the F4 in there for what it achieved in Vietnam and stuff. Again, with the B-52 in Vietnam.
I was just going to say, Paul, so we're talking about Chinooks. Nobody's mentioned the Huey.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good, yeah.
Where does the Harrier come into this? Talk about iconic, the first proper VTOL jet. So good that the Americans took it on. So good that they've tried to enhance it into the what's the modern day equivalent of that looks like a bag of shit.
Yeah, it's the F-35 again, isn't it?
Yeah.
F-35. Yeah.
I think, which I personally think that the horrible looking machine, but I've still got to have one.
Would you choose the 35 over the Harrier?
If we're fighting, yeah.
yeah, probably. But do you remember from back in the day, because we're all relatively within that sort of 10-year age gap between us all, you know, the iconic pictures that I saw of the Harrier, and I'm sure you can remember, it was taken off from like under a bit of netting in a forest in Germany, and you're thinking, what the fucking hell's that?
Yeah.
Well, look at Orc Royal, innit? With photos of Orc Royal.
Well, about that sea area, it wasn't Falklands War for them nearly. I know I'm not taking away from soldiers, but it got them air superiority, didn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So, and nobody's mentioned Skyhawk, have they?
Skyhawk, yeah.
Yeah, good aeroplane.
Good little scoop to that.
Yeah.
Not as good as an Harrier, obviously.
But
the Sidewinder.
But got burned by the Tomcats in the original movie.
That was just a movie, weren't it?
That was just a movie, mate. What are you saying there, Craig? That the Scooter's got air superiority over a Tomcat?
No one's ever been inverted. Let's put it that way.
I love it. Absolutely superb. Okay. Now then, so let me just have a look here. What about this one? What's that all about, Paul?
What's that? MiG 15, yeah.
Have you got one?
Yeah, just start rattling off a few MiGs. I mean, like the Flogger. MiG 27, is it? MiG 27 Flogger. Wow.
Yeah, okay, Flogger. Yeah.
Well, you MiG 15. I mean, you MiG 15, you MiG 19. I mean, you could just go on. You really could. You mentioned top 50 before. Yeah, you're right, mate.
I reckon top 100.
You MiG 21, Vietnam.
Yeah. Happy days. Mitchell comes in with Huey and Cobra.
Yeah.
You see, the Huey, it don't matter which Vietnam War film you watch, There's a Huey in it. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
You tell me that's. Have you ever seen?
Played so many roles as well. Like obviously it was gunship and rescue helicopter, medivac and stuff like that. Suit carrier.
But you ask any soldier, they're all going to shut up.
No.
As any of you three guys, I have. I saw one at RAF for not Finningley, that's Doncaster. Church Fenton at an air show there probably 5 or 6 years ago. They had a Huey there.
I saw one at Waddington.
And it was absolutely enormous.
Yeah, I've seen one at Waddington. But nobody's mentioned the Black Hawk. If you're going for big helicopters.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's
and you get a Apache. I do somebody mentioned it. Yeah, Starfighter, yeah. Hell of a shout.
Widowmaker, Paul.
Yeah.
What's that big massive helicopter that Americans fly? Jolly Green Bloody Giant or something?
Yeah, Skyhawk, innit? With the back on.
Massive bloody things they are.
Yeah. Sea Dragons and your CH-53.
Super Stallion.
Right?
Yeah.
Super Stallion. Yeah.
James's Wi-Fi's died because he's. I bet he's in cupboard. I bet he's.
Yeah, put 15 metres, has he?
Yeah, mate. Absolutely. Don't matter what birth that kind of van is, Paul. You're shitting in a cupboard.
Yeah, I can't argue because it's true. I've been there.
Wi-Fi just died. Top 5. F4. Typhoon. That's the Euro. Buccaneer, MiG-21 and a Herc. No helicopter there, James. Are you absolutely off your rocket?
But
no helicopter.
What about the Lynx?
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, Lynx.
Lynx is the first after helicopter to go a full loop, weren't it? To go upside down.
Yeah, it can do a loop, can't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
John's commented, John Christmas. I don't know whether I ought to show that, John. Just showing off there, mate. I'll go and I'll put it on. Being on the end of a winch on a Sea King. Can you elaborate on that, mate? What were you stuck on a rock? Or what? What's happening there, mate? How do you end up being on the end of a winch on a Sea King? Please share. I want to know.
I have had a flight in a Lynx with the door open with my legs hanging out.
You see, when you look at the Facebook groups like the Mac Loop and the LFA 7s, they've always got Erks going through the loop with the guys with the legs sticking out of the back and the big hands on.
Yeah, not anymore, they won't know, will they?
Got that, haven't you? Got to have that.
Yeah.
Have you got photograph? You know them photographs you were looking at earlier at International Air Tattoo?
Yeah.
I think there's one there with Chinook, and if you look closely, the guy in the back has got a big pink hands on.
Let me just have a look at
that. I'm sure I posted that one on with Chinook.
Really?
Okay.
Right, okay. Let's just have a look here.
They were a thing at one point, weren't it, when
Mitchell,
they were flying off the country?
Have a look. Have a look at Mitchell's comments while I just have a look.
22.
Chuffing day. While I have a look through here. Sesco and Hemsworth Community Scale Model Club. Scrolling. Keeping coming. What's Mitchell said, Paul? While I scroll down this little page here,
he's on the F-22 Raptor, isn't it? On the ground with its missiles exposed. So, no, I'm not a fan of it. I'd have a kit just because you'd have a kit, but I don't think it's a very pretty aircraft.
No, it's dog ugly.
Yeah. Like I said, with the missiles exposed, there's all the missiles all because it's quite stealthy. All the missiles are actually sort of inside it. You know, the way you look at it like a Phantom and all its weapons are exposed.
Mark, you've seen Top Gun Maverick? What's that? I'm going to say Chinese, not wanting to offend anybody, but what is that aircraft cost? That looks sick as shit.
That's Chinese, isn't it? Is it called J-22 or something?
J-22. That looks pretty.
Still...
And I'm sure that I'm sure that they've enhanced the sound for the movie, but when it makes like it don't make a loud thrusting afterburner sound. It's almost like a so.
But it's not the plane; it's the pilot.
You've had some belts Mark, I've just flicked through all your React pictures there. No, you haven't got it on, mate.
Have I not, mate?
No, love.
There was a lot, Mark, and I didn't put them all on, so I thought people start looking at somebody's wedding photographs, and that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's not the aircraft, it's the bride.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to see if I can find the picture that I do want to share with you.
Yeah.
But I can't find it now. Eagle. Are we having Eagle in there?
Yeah, definitely.
F-15.
Yeah, it's got the best. It's got the best war kill ratio, whatever. He's never lost one.
Yeah. Never lost in combat.
Never lost in combat.
Never lost a tornado until Gulf War.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was a friendly fault.
Yeah, you can literally start to talk about all. Let me just have. I think I've seen the picture. You can start to talk about all the expense and everything else, can't you? Let's have a, I've got it. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see that?
Thunderbolt again.
That's the Herc look with the crew sitting at the back.
No, it ain't. That's Thunderbolt.
Is it?
Hellcat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about this one. No, oh, hang on. I'm looking at a different bloody picture here. I can see. Right, apologies. Let me go back to this one. It's that one. And for some reason, no, it's not letting me share that. I wonder why that is.
But we've had another couple of aircraft that we don't have anymore, haven't we? That you have to fly around here. E3D Century with big dish on top.
Yeah.
Nimrod.
Yeah, Nimrod.
Corsair.
Yeah.
Yeah. The A8, is it? A8 Corsair. A4 Corsair.
But Paul did say a good one earlier with the A10.
A10.
The only plane that would.
I guess you could say that's probably your modern day Stuka.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It certainly is to the enemy.
You don't want to be on one of them, do you? That's a bad day out.
Retired now.
I don't know.
I don't think so. No, I think they're still in service.
They were in Afghanistan. Mark.
Yeah.
They improved it, didn't they? They did something like a Smart 2 version or something.
Put a big gun on it because it weren't big enough.
Yeah.
Never big enough for America. does it?
No. No, then let me come on, Matt. Find one, mate. Find one for God's sake, lad. And I
There's
can't.
plenty out there. I might look with him on.
I am actually on. I'm on Google now. I think somebody's got a fire going outside on one of the gardens because I'm absolutely
barbecuing
to death here.
What is it? Coal fired internet down there.
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
Coal powered.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Look at that girl.
Some Macaloop in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is.
Same again, it's just a noise of them, innit? You hear it and you know straight away what it is.
Yeah, mate. Absolutely.
It's funny you should mention that as well, because same to you, Mark. And like, you know, I always say, like, I only build in 30 seconds, only build in 30 seconds. I've been looking at a 48 scale here.
Hang on.
What?
Yeah.
Don't even go there.
Get it out, Greg.
Come on, Craig. This is going to make me. This is going to tip me over the edge, Joe. Hey, that's it.
This is Logan. This is the one in 48 Herc.
See, that's tipped me over the edge. That now. I'm getting one. Is that the Italy one, Doug?
Yeah.
Craig.
You're not the best kit, but that's the size of it.
I've read good stuff about it, like.
The canopy feels like a glove on a chicken's lip, but
it's a lady, Craig. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the
like
size of that.
Yeah, I'm committed. I need committing.
I'll tell you what. Which kit is that, Craig? Because
it's everyone, but it's got the raised panel lines.
It's a dog of a kit, Paul.
It is.
I've actually read good stuff about it, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, oh well, then that might be out the window then if it's a dog of a kit. How long have you been on with that, Craig? I mean,
a few years. It's the canopy. The canopy don't fit at all.
Right.
So, but you can see all the raised panel lines that I've had to rebuild.
Canopy doesn't. Okay. You've got to put the hinge door on a quarter of the way into the build, otherwise you'll never get it in.
Yeah.
The detail inside is lacking. The wings droop. The wings droop. It's an awful kit.
Have you built it, man?
I put steel rods through it, so it can't droop.
Craig, listen. Craig's had to put steel rods through his.
Right. Well, that's that out the window anyway. Then I don't want to.
Look how big it is. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's massive.
And that we have a 1 in 35 tank.
Yeah.
No. It's massive.
It's not so much the size thing, Craig. If it's a terrible kit, it's a terrible kit. I mean, I haven't. I've had a quick look at through reviews and stuff, and people seem to say it's okay.
I go for the 1 in 72 one from the I can't remember the make now. I'd have a look at the 1 in 72 scale.
Cool. John says he was a medic and get down to a ship in the Shetland Islands. That is absolutely amazing, is that, John? What an absolutely fantastic story. James who's joined us. What? Too cold in little cupboard, Jim?
Yay! Yeah, I did.
Cold in cupboard, mate. But James post on while he was in dark an A7 Corsair.
Yeah.
Yeah, A7 Corsair it was. Paul.
Yeah,
I think the A8 was the Crusader.
that's right. Yeah.
Right, okay. Modern day. I'm just having a look what I've got. Intruder.
Yeah.
Nice. Javelin.
You're just going through your stash, though, Mark.
Oh, I am. No,
That's allowed. I think that's allowed, James.
It is allowed. It's not. Yeah, but it's not the Javelin's not an iconic jet, though, is it?
No.
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 Born out of the 50s. Do you know it's only credited with one? I've read about it. It's only credited with one kill, and it weren't even a kill. It flew in front of something which caused jet wash on the other aircraft, which crashed in Malaysia, and they actually registered that as a kill.
It went out in a flat spin, didn't it?
What on earth? Right, top 5. Are we having a Tomcat in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on, yeah. It's iconic.
Are we having...
And it did shoot down a third-generation fighter in
Are we
China.
having an F4 Phantom in there, Paul Radcliffe?
Most definitely.
Okay. Are we having a Tornado in there, Craig Stins?
Yeah.
Can I just go back a minute as well, Mark? On a Phantom for a child that's building a Phantom, you really should be doing it in Vietnam colours.
Agreed.
That's the greens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Green and brown.
SEA, Southeast Asia colours.
And the Tornado's going to be in desert.
Tornado's got to be, I suppose so.
Desert pink.
Yeah, it's got to be.
So, right, I'm looking up here. You can see I'm cheating. Phantom, yeah. Tornado, yeah. Tomcat. Why a Tomcat?
The film,
Why not a Vulcan? The film, yeah. But
Vulcan. Mark Lid, over to you. What's your one that you're throwing in?
Vulcan. But S4.
Sounds like
F-15.
That was like
Lightning.
Yeah.
And Hercules.
Hercules.
It's a tough one because you're going to have a Chinook and an Herc. We've got to.
No.
Okay.
If you're going for models,
Can't hear you there, Mark.
Getting my room
covered. The models, like iconic. No, I think I just went with biscuits. Iconic. B-52. You got to think about I know what that is. You know what I mean?
Is Mark's microphone shot to shit?
It's his Wi-Fi, I think. He's having Wi-Fi delay.
Are you having Wi-Fi problems, Mark?
I think my battery's all way out. My battery's all way out, mate.
Some 4 minutes, they're only allowed so many hours of Wi-Fi.
I don't know.
Then it's going to be past the next person.
It's that biscuit's interfering with the signal.
The biscuit's interfering with your signal. Dip it in your tea. Okay. James.
Yes.
You're sucking on that like there's no tomorrow. Give me a 5 aircraft that are absolutely your 5 modern, that they go up to about a 70-year-old, 5 modern aircraft that, I mean, I can't believe, right? Especially with Lid, because we were going down to Duxford. Me, and before we went, and Bridgie and Trev and Dale, and there were only one aircraft, that people were saying, I cannot wait to see that.
SR-71.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something you've never seen in a life, though. But you can say B2. How many people have seen a B2?
Yeah.
Or a B1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B1B.
Good deal. Yeah. See, somebody else mentioned something, and everybody's ears go, "What? Oh yeah, but the hell that one as well."
David, thank you for your company tonight. Good night, guys. It's been great watching everything. Enjoyed the evening with some proper nice guys. A credit to your club. See you next time. Cheers for that, David. Appreciate that, mate. Really, really do. Mitchell comes back with. Let me just get rid of a couple of these. No. James is trying to drag
oh dear, bloody spider.
Oh,
bloody spider.
Woman after me own.
Join the caravan.
Yeah, that's
dear,
cool.
oh dear, women in spiders.
What?
Right, my top 5.
Your top 5. Well, Mitchell says diorama.
I'll go.
Bloody hell, yeah.
Ball. Ange Little, check. Mark's phone's dead. And how many? What's that? Oh,
Concord.
But it's not really military, is it?
You built that?
It's not military, Ange. It's not military. It's not military.
You could have got Antonov, couldn't you?
I'll tell you what. Unless they painted it, grey and green camo, be all right with some invasion stripes on it, though, wouldn't it, James?
Yeah.
Give me a top 5,
yeah,
James.
Definitely.
Give me the 5. Give me the 5.
F4. Definitely an F4 Phantom. Definitely.
F4.
The Typhoon. The Eurofighter Typhoon.
Right. 2.
Yeah. Yeah, got to. Buccaneer. One of my all-time favorites. But you've got to have a Buccaneer there as well.
3.
Hercules, definitely. And
4.
Chinook.
Shut up.
No, I won't go Chinook. No, I'm not going to go Chinook. I'm going to take one back that I did say, and I'll put in there the CH-53, the big Yank transport.
Yeah.
I actually had the joy of seeing one of those at Plymouth Air Show a fair few years ago. Must be about. Oh, it's got to be about 28 years ago. Yeah.
There you go. Paul's got one.
And they are huge. They really are huge. Absolutely beautiful. And the noise that it makes as well.
Still not Chinook noise, though, is it? Still not Waka Waka.
Mate, we got loads of Chinooks that fly around here. It's just, it's one of those things. You forget it, you're hearing it.
Exactly. It's so common.
I say, nobody's mentioned. Ange Little puts a comment on how many you sing Concorde. I said we've got to talk about Concorde. We say it's not military. It's not military, and it's not military, Ange, is it? It's not military. What does she put in reply?
That's a fair point.
No one's mentioned the Hawk for the Red Arrows.
Love the Hawk. I've got the black one, the trainer, T2.
It's an iconic plane, isn't it? It's been around.
Yes, it is. I'm just looking at now at mine. The Hind.
Helicopter, yeah. Russian,
Rocky.
don't it?
Not Rocky. Chuffing a Rambo. Rocky. Yeah. Rambo. Who's dropped? Jim's dropped.
But also in Top Gun Maverick.
What is?
The Hind. When it gets shot down, it comes over, doesn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Goes to the end. When it comes right corner.
Come on, you're supposed to be playing people here, and I'm on more about films than you.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's pretty quick for me because when you said that, I started that film in my head right from beginning. And I fast forward it back, where the hind comes round the corner. So that was pretty good for me. Phantom, yeah. Go on, so what else, James? Phantom and what? He's forgotten now, look. Has he frozen or is he in his cupboard?
He's in his own in there, it looks for it, but he's froze.
Shall I make him big? Shall I make him
50 feet meter again?
He's gone. I would have to say it's so difficult, Paul, isn't it?
It is,
you
mate.
Could have
like
top
I
100
said,
again, couldn't you? Could have
top
100.
50, yeah, easy.
My favourite aircraft, everybody knows it, is a GR4. That's mine. Everybody knows that. The reason that I love it is because of how it sits on the ground. I like it. I love it. I don't like it. I love it because of the range of armament it can carry, its tail art, its variable swing wing, and that pylon system that allows the armament to sweep with it, which not a lot of other aircraft do. Did I mention the tail art? The fact
tornado MV here.
The fact that the radar system, because people say keep the tornado alive, the fact that the radar system is done on a Sony C90 cassette into there for the all-terrain following. I mean, I wouldn't trust that. I'd rather poke a stick out at bottom, scrape it along the chuffing ground, and when the stick comes up too much, you know that you need to pull up a little. It's gorgeous. And actually saying that, when they introduced the F3, I'm not a fan. It's got to be a GR4 for me. Number 2 would have to be the smoke bellowing, smoke churning, absolute mishmash of a fighter that was supposed to ultimately win the Vietnam War, except they forgot to put cannons in it, the F4. However, twin seat, those inverted rear tails, the daisy cutter bombs with the long stems on, introducing long fuse stems onto bombs so that when they dropped them on the rice fields, the rod went up and detonated the bomb. Absolute genius. It looks menacing. It's fast as shit, but the cannon's piece lets it down. But it's number 2 for me. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with, and I'm looking over there because I have built them. I'm gonna have to go with A10. Why an A10? Again, some genius coming out and saying, well, we've put the engines up here to minimize its vapor trail to hopefully stop heat-seeking missiles, because we're going to put the vapor trail behind the stabilizers at the back. Obviously, they're not realizing that most of the air-to-air missiles are shot from behind. So that were an absolute waste of time. However, to sit a bloke in a fucking tub made of titanium and put the biggest goddamn cannon you've ever seen in an aeroplane, and that makes that specific brrr noise that does not come until about 3 seconds after that cannon's gone off. It's like you see it and then you hear it. That's just magnificent. And they do dirty up incredibly well. They're absolutely mucky aircraft. Total mucky aircraft. That's that one. Number 4, I am going to go with the helicopter. And I am going to go with the CH-53. Yes, because I've built it. But again, when I build a kit, I also read about the subject that I'm building, because I want to know. And it's not just about how fast it goes, how high it goes, and whether it can do roly-polies. I want to know what theatre it's been in. I want to know all the sort of ins and outs. And I do like to look at the negative aspects of a kit that I'm building. this particular aircraft was shit because this particular because you think, have engineers, aerodynamic engineers, learned from the mistakes that were made 70 years ago? And the last one for me has got to be the SR-71, Paul. Seen it, touched it, talk about when you see a picture of that aircraft and you'll see all those documentaries on Sky telling you about how fast it goes. You see pictures on Facebook, social media of a Concorde trying to catch the bleeding thing, which it did for about 8 seconds, and then it just went, see ya. The fact that it pissed out the specially made fuel that they had to invent to get this thing up in the air. And once it got up in the air, you're talking about putting two fellas in an aeroplane that flies so high, they have to wear goddamn spacesuits. What the frick is that all about? That doesn't carry armament, it carries a Kodak 110. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
It's the magic camera, yeah.
Magic camera. The speed and I think the word is the essence of that aircraft. It is neither round nor flat. It is just the slimmest thing that you've ever seen. And it's just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And as well, and I missed another part out. The fact that at a certain angle, at a certain speed, the ramjets actually go inside the nozzles, the air intakes, to deflect shock waves and make those engines even more powerful and super fuel efficient. Back in the day, and they run it for how many years? 50 years.
Yeah.
Over enemy territory.
Nobody knew about it.
85,000 feet. I mean, you're talking about a thin blue line there, mate. What more do you want?
Mm-hmm.
That's my. Have I said that's my top 5?
Yeah.
Not a Chinook in sight.
But
you do need a Chinook.
Chinook. It's the most iconic helicopter in the world, isn't it?
Chinook. No.
It is. It's
No.
most recognisable.
Definitely, probably. Yeah, I'd say that. But
yeah, it is like
it's the twin armed helicopter that flies like that.
Yeah. I've seen it do some amazing things on YouTube, but yeah,
absolutely. Ange Little, let's just have a look here. Ange Little says it's Mark here. Vulcan.
Same again.
I saw the Vulcan on its final flight at Church Fenton.
Unbelievable. We used to do a regular when it were at Donny Airport when it used to take off. We used to be in the runway with it. And
Mark says Vulcan, Chinook. I tell you what, is he paying you, Craig? Hercules. Not in mine.
Craig, yeah.
So Aria, Mark S choice. Mark S. Mark L.
Mark's choices.
Mark's choices. And then backs it up with number 6 and says Apache.
Yeah, that is another iconic helicopter.
Craig, I'm assuming you're such a fan of the Chinook. Have you got a kit of a Chinook yet, or?
I have. Let me come and show you. If you can turn the camera around.
I'm hoping it's the Trumpeter 35th.
Yeah, can you see it there?
Oh, look at that!
With a 90 Land Rover underneath it that I chopped down from a 110.
Wow, look at that, Mark. See, now that's why it's... Look at that. And the wraparound green and grey as well. Wow, that's impressive.
2 seconds. We've got bit of lightage. That's better. Look at that girl. With crewing as well.
Yeah, so now you're talking. See, now this makes me want to build models again now. I hate this room.
So, yes, we have got one.
Superb.
Very nice, that Craig.
Superb.
Did you? Yeah. So, yes, you got to have a Chinook. You've got to.
Yeah, I've got the 48. I've got the Italeri 48, like.
That's the Trump 35.
Yeah.
But you don't need the PE kit for it to have all the seats inside.
Yeah.
Unless you're Greg, of course.
Do you know what? I've still not got down to watching that.
Mate, it's brilliant view. Greg's models on YouTube, for the people who are watching, does a 1 in 35 Chinook. And it's fantastic.
I think that's what I followed when I built mine.
What's hang on a minute. What's had to have it, didn't you? What? Had to have what, Jim? What did I have to have? What?
It's gonna be the SR71, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's talking about his chemical toilet, is he?
Hashtag shit in the cupboard.
You've got to get up earlier than that, James. Okay. Gentlemen, 2 hours and 22 minutes we've been nattering on, talking absolute rubbish. Thank you for joining me.
We're going to do tanks next time.
We're going to do tanks. Do you know what? I actually knew that you were going to say that. We are, and I'll tell you this, right? You are armor guy, right? You are armor guy. So I will make you a deal.
Yeah.
We will do your top 5 World War II pieces of armor and your top 5 modern day armor, right? From all over the world, and Paul will join as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
However, Craig, you're hosting that show. So that's rule 1. You've got to agree to that. Okay?
Yeah.
Shit the bed.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, so number 2, what you'll have to do now is literally watch this video back and just concentrate on me and learn how to host the show. Okay. And I will endeavour to get you as captain of the live stream for that particular show, as long as you agree that you're going to host it. You're going to take centre stage. I'm literally, I will, in fact, I'll have to be on, but you're going to have to make all your notes. You're going to have to do all the running. You're going to have to do absolutely everything. I will look after your comments for you, but I will keep zipped and I will be the man in the background. You can run that show. You can have that topic of conversation. I will make you head guest of the show. I will put your thumbnail on everything and advertise it, saying, "Please join my host, Craig Stins, as we talk about tanks this evening." As long as you say to me now, "Do it, Mark, I'm in."
I'll do it. I'll try my best.
Yes, come on. We do like a nice piece of armor, Craig. To be honest.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's absolutely no point me even. I've got to be on because I've got to run the stream. But there's no point me even commenting. In fact, I would probably hide my camera and just go off it and let you guys do what you need to do.
Why have you built armor?
I've built one tank. I will keep an eye on all the comments. I will put all
No, come on, I ain't got a plane, so I took.
I've got a tank. James says yes, tanks. I think it's Anjor Mark. We used to call them Mange. Congratulations. That's the deal. We're going to wrap it up. 2 hours, 25 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching us this evening. I'm going to say goodbye to Top Man and your host on the next stream, Mr. Craig Stinson. Craig, I'll bump you off, but stay where you are. I'll catch you in about 1 minute. And thank you for the late join, but thank you all the same to my good friend, badass biker, Paul Radcliffe from the Whirlpools. Stay where you are, Paul, and I will catch up with you in 1 minute. And as usual, I always finish with myself because I like to wrap things up. Great club today, 23 people, and it did seem a little bit quiet. We did have some of the usual suspects missing, Doug Tuck, Paul Pat, who bring a different ambience to the club. But 23 people, nevertheless, it's absolutely fantastic. Yes, I did forget to take the bonus ball down today, so unfortunately we couldn't do any of them, etc., etc. We are next on. So what we got now, May. So our next meeting is the first meeting in June, and I will get round again. Hopefully get some more photos, some videos, etc., etc. And then we shall catch up with that. And the next topic of conversation is your top 5 tanks from World War II and modern, hosted by our Craig. He's sat downstairs. I can see him. You can't because I've taken him off your stage. But let's just see what kind of a guy he is. Mark, Ange, goodbye. Thank you very much for joining me. And also to Mr. Bridge, thanks a lot for joining me this evening. Okay, and that will just about do it. Everybody, wherever you are, stay safe, take care.